My favorite marketing strategy for getting tons of leads is
Alex Hormozi would not have been able to grow his company Gym Launch to a $46 million exit if he never sent any cold outbound messages. So in this video, we're going to look at Alex's best advice for growing a business with cold DMs. And as someone who sent more than 3 million cold DMs to generate more than 5 million revenue for myself and my clients, I'm interested to see if he'd give the same advice I'd give, or if there are some secret insights and learnings he's about to teach me. So without further ado, let's jump into it.
cold outreach. So here's how I learned it. So whoosh, it's 2020. And now I've scaled and sold my gyms. I'm now scaling Gym Launch, a gym licensing company, using all the methods that I've discussed so far. But all of a sudden, COVID hits. And 100% of my customers aren't allowed to do business. My clients are scared, my employees are scared, my ads are failing, and somehow I have to figure out a way to get more customers, and I'm not really sure what to do. So one morning I wake up early and check my Instagram and I see a new message. It says, "Hey Alex, Kale told me you guys don't need salesmen anymore, so my offer got pulled. I quit my job to accept it. Super honored you considered me. I hope you consider me again next time you have openings." So I messaged him. I was like, "You on?" And he was. So he hopped on a call. So he said he worked at a gym software company doing 10 million a month. I was like, holy cannoli. I was like, okay, well, how do you guys get clients? He's like, oh, we're 100% outbound. So then I asked him, what was that offer that Kale pulled? He's like, oh, I was gonna be a closer. I was like, huh. Well, you think you could do that outbound stuff here? He was like, yeah, I can do it. I'm confident I can make it profitable in 90 days. So I said, deal. I'll front you the time and the money to spin this up. I hired him. We built an outbound machine together. September, the first month, 0 sales, Zipola, nothing. October, 2 sales. December, 4 sales. January, 6 sales. February, 10 sales. March, 14 sales. April, 20 sales. May, 30 sales and $480,000 in monthly revenue. Cold outreach saved Gym Launch during its hardest time during COVID.
So Alex has put it really clearly. It's just a way to get one-on-one with strangers. And I like the word that he used, which was advertise. Some people think cold outbound is about booking the meeting instantaneously, but really it's about getting your message in front of people one-on-one. And also that is a basic form of advertising.
All you got to do is get a way to contact them, figure out what to say, contact them until they're ready and able to listen. That's it. And you could do it on all these platforms: SMS, DMs, emails, LinkedIn Messenger, Instagram Messenger, Twitter Messenger, voicemail, physical mail, and of course, carrier pigeons. And you can start with a tiny budget. All you need is time, a way to contact people, and knowing what to say when they reply. That's all you need. And you can scale all the way up using other people's time and automation. And the best part is, you get to pick who you reach out to. You pick your own leads.
Now, he's exactly right. You can basically do this on any social platform, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, and personally, my favorite, LinkedIn. And the reason why I like LinkedIn so much is because it has LinkedIn Sales Navigator. You can essentially filter for the person you want to reach out to. So for example, you can go out to hedge fund managers with $1 billion under management. You can find them, and you can see their profile, and you can literally send them a connection request, and it costs you basically no money. And Alex, again, is completely right. Cold outbound can scale. And typically it scales with you getting more people to do a manual action again and again and again. For example, picking up the phone and calling more people, or it comes through automation where you use a platform to essentially message people en masse. So for cold outbound, one would typically use Smart Lead or Instantly. And for LinkedIn, one would typically use a tool like HeyReach, which lets you basically put a bunch of accounts in and they rotate automatically and then message a bunch of people, all done for you.
What I want to talk about here is the number one thing that I see people that mess this up is that they do insufficient volume. And so what I want to do is give you a rule of thumb that I'm coining the rule of 100. If you do 100 of something every day, you'll likely get better at it, and you'll likely be doing enough that you will be able to start seeing an outcome. If you're not spending $100 per day on advertising or doing 100 reach outs per day, then how do you expect to grow?
Now, Alex is giving us an absolute masterclass here in business growth. If you actually want to see results, you actually do need to send that kind of volume, which is like 100 DMs a day. And that isn't uncommon for most businesses who are actively growing. And in that video, Alex is talking about either doing it yourself or delegating it to employees. But for like 90% of the business owners I know, this just isn't really feasible. So the solution to that is actually to use a tool that can handle sending DMs at that kind of volume, like HeyReach, for example. HeyReach in particular helps you automate LinkedIn outreach and automatically send connection requests, and then DMs once people actually accept. Let me just show you what I mean so you can see it in practice. So this is HeyReach, and if I click on the LinkedIn accounts, we can basically punch a bunch of LinkedIn accounts here, connect them really easily, and then add a lead list, which is again super easy, and then just send out connection requests. Literally, this is just automatically sending out connection requests. We're not doing many campaigns right now, but it's really easy to just punch them out and get it going really quickly. It's also got this awesome feature called Unibox, which essentially is a unified inbox for all the accounts we had in there. So I can go through all the accounts and go through all their conversations to make sure I'm even following up with the 100 DMs I'm doing every single day without having to click around tabs. Now, aside, if you want to just try this out, there's a link down below in the description. Without further ado, let's keep going on.
Every business wants more leads, but none of them want to give good stuff away for free. And so my favorite marketing strategy for getting tons of leads is step one, look at what other people are charging for. Step two, look at the hard costs of what it would cost for you to deliver it. Step three, give that thing away for free. Step four, see how many leads you get. Step five, see how many you convert. So this is the idea, is that you can give something significantly better away for free than everyone else does. Ideally, something that other people actually charge for. And if you really want to be a savage about it, you make it even better than what they have.
This is a core insight that even applies to cold DMs. Instead of pitching and trying to get a meeting booked, why don't you pitch with value instead? Why don't you offer a free resource, an insight, or an audit? Now, this actually increases your response rate, opens up the conversation, and allows your prospect to feel like they want to conversate with you. So it increases the chances of you booking in calls and selling deals. And overall, it improves your outreach because it reduces skepticism and increases that reciprocity factor.
The first is you sell where no one else is selling. So that's you find the little pond where there are no other fishermen, and then you fish there and you get all the fish you want.
So when sending cold DMs, don't use the same saturated lists as everyone else. Get clever. Think about tapping into communities, tapping into lists that people don't normally go for or have access to, because that's where you're going to get a really high response rate. Now, if you're an e-commerce agency, I know you're all using the same store leads list, and that's a great example of everyone trying to go for the same list of brands. Instead, go for overlooked audiences, untapped communities, underserved niches, unused platforms, places where your competitors just aren't putting the time in.
The second way is to sell something that no one else sells. And so one is a where thing and the other is a what thing. So either you create something unique that you have some sort of feature or service that no one else can do because you have some sort of technological advantage. Fundamentally, this is what Elon does in every one of his businesses. He's happy to go where it's super competitive, but he just sells something that no one else can sell.
Now remember, cold DM should offer something unique. Don't just do what everyone else is doing, because that's the same what. If you can change what you're saying in your DMs, i.e. leading with value that is genuinely helpful, you're going to have a much higher response rate into getting a client.
And so if you really want affiliates to work, you have to make it so good that it hurts. All right. And when I say that, I mean, you got to give the affiliate so much that you're like, man, they're going to make a killing on this.
So your cold DMs should make your prospects feel like they're getting such an insane deal, it's incomprehensible, and they just have to say yes to it. Instead of saying, I can help you, you can say, I looked at your competitor's site, they're converting at 15%. I analyzed your site, it's converting at 10%. There are 3 things that you are not doing. Do you want me to tell you what they are? Simple. You can also say, I saw you running this strategy. I have another dentist I'm working with, and they're running this different strategy, which gets a 2x result. Do you want to see it? The fact that we're offering so much ridiculous value and how personalized it feels makes this such an irresistible DM that they can't help but reply to it.
And so this next one is truth. And you're like, what does that even mean? How is this going to get me customers really fast? Well, lies will certainly get you customers pretty quickly, but it'll also ruin your reputation. So you want truth to be your greatest ally, not your greatest liability. Because I will tell you a secret about advertising. Nothing sells like the truth. And what's interesting is that a lot of people won't tell the truth about the things that actually could help them. So like if you're a small business and you're getting started, say so. If you don't have a huge amount of capacity because you're small, say so. Not having a lot of capacity increases scarcity. It means that there's fewer slots available. Being a small business for many people is a pro. There aren't as many people who are like, buy big corporate, buy big corporate. No, people are like, buy local, buy small business, right? They support small business. And so like, a lot of what people think are negatives are actually things that make their offer or their business more compelling, especially to the right audience.
When sending out cold DMs, honesty actually works really well, and just say what's happening. You can literally say, I'm just getting started. I've helped these 3 people get some results. This is what's happening. Are you interested in this sort of thing? And you know what? People do like to work with up-and-comers because they know they're also going to get a deal. See, transparency builds trust and increases replies. Now, all of this advice from Alex Hormozi is some of the best in the game. But now that you've heard all this and understand it on a theoretical level, the worst thing for you to do would be simply to go back to what you were doing before and forget everything. You need to apply all of this as soon as possible to grow your business. So click here to go to the next video where I walk you through a full lead generation strategy that includes cold DMs on LinkedIn, so you can apply all this information straight away. You can use it to generate thousands of leads on LinkedIn and grow and scale your business with one of the most strongest methods possible. So if you're ready to grow your business, I'll see you over there.